So today I'm working on a 40 centimeter diameter MDF board. So what I'm gonna start doing is mixing my part A and B together in my measuring cup. And with that, I'm going to do about 250 milliliters of resin altogether. So combined, these two. And then I will start mixing in the colors, which I just previously showed. And yeah, so I'm gonna start mixing. And now that I am using resin, I'm going to put on a mask and gloves. Guys, putting on a mask is super, super important, especially if you're working indoors, just because this stuff is toxic. No matter what brand you get, it's just not super good to inhale when it's in the curing process, personally. So hopefully my voice isn't too muffled, but safety comes first, kids. Okay, now I'm gonna start mixing, and when I mix, I'm gonna try and make sure that I do it nice and slow, and I'm doing it in the same direction. And by doing this, this helps so that I don't get too many micro bubbles. You know, regardless, you are gonna get some, but they are micro bubbles. And so I'm just gonna do this for a while and make sure that I don't really see any, like I wanna see it consistent all together. So yeah, I'll do that for a while and I'll get back to you. And once I'm done mixing, I normally let it set for about 2 or so minutes. Just to kind of confirm that I feel like the consistency is all mixed equally, and yeah, I'll get back to you after that. Okay, now that I have finished letting this rest, I'm gonna start pouring the colors that I want. And since I'm using kind of a mixture of different kind of pigments, you want to make sure that you really stick to the 10 to 15% pigments to resin, just because otherwise if you go higher than that, then it may cause some difficulties with the curing. It can puff up if there's too much, you know, like liquid or water in it. So you just really want to be careful with that and don't go over the top with pigments in general. So I'm gonna start out with using this green, And I might just start with a few drops and kind of work my way up. There's 1, 2, and I'm just gonna mix that in, see how I feel about it, and work my way up. And with this, I do want it to be opaque. I don't want transparency with this green. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with probably 4 more drops of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just make sure that you mix it properly. I am going a little fast though. That might cause a few micro bubbles. And I'm just gonna do 2 more and then I think I'm good with that. Okay. So I ended up doing 10 drops, and that's what it looks like. Not too dark. I still feel like there is a, you know, it's not super opaque, but I'd rather have it be a little more transparent than opaque and then putting too much pigment in and having trouble with curing. So I'm happy with that. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Good job, Bethany. So then I'm gonna go in with the metallic green, and I'm gonna make sure I don't get any of that in the other green. So I'll move that over there. I'll probably go with about that much. And this stuff is like super duper, super great. Oh, look how pretty that is. Just like that. Love it. Oh my goodness. This is lush. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely happy with that. Cool. Now I'm gonna go in with a tint that I received from Artisu Creations. I'll leave all the links below for all of the stores where I got all of my colors. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Look how vibrant it is. Can you guys see that? This is stunning. I think I'm happy with that. I think I put like 3 or 4 drops. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now I'm gonna go in with this high flow acrylic. So with that being said, this, since it's a high flow, the water content is very high. So you have to be very careful that you don't put an excessive amount of this in. So I'm literally gonna try and do like 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll start with 10. this is gonna be pretty transparent. Excuse me. But I'd rather not go overboard. Okay. Another 10 in there. See, I'm wanting more of like an intense white just to make this piece slightly lighter. So I'm going to try and get some white. And using the rest of my Snow White from Artisu Creations, I literally have like nothing, but I'm just gonna scrape. You don't really need much of this stuff anyway, it's so concentrated, but you know, I barely have anything at all. Whew, I'm like overheating in this mask, but safety first, safety first. I just gotta remember that. Okay. Now I'm gonna mix that in. See, that's what I was looking for, like, there we go. And it'll have like a slight little metallic look to it. Nice. And then I'm going to go with my Archery Creations silver metallic pigment. And you really don't need much of this stuff, honestly. It goes such a long way. That much. Oops. This is why my workspace is so messy, as I spill everywhere. Okay. Nice, all mixed up. Okay. Now that we have all of the pigments mixed together, I'm going to move all of these. Okay. So what I think I want to do is a huddle pour. I don't know what colors I want to start with. Let's start with green. I think I'm gonna do 3. Sorry, I'm not talking, guys. So 3 puddle pours. This is my first time doing a puddle pour. And these colors, to be honest, like these kind of colors aren't normally my vibe. This is why I love the Artisu Creation whites. I'm already getting this beautiful, beautiful cells right here. It's my favorite. Oh, I love. So now I'm gonna spread this so it's gonna kind of be the base color in between the puddle pours, and also once you have the resin down, then it allows the resin to like more freely move, if that makes sense. Because once it touches each other, like you can see right here, it's kind of just spreading. which is super duper nice. And I was kind of hoping for the colors to disperse themselves better, not for one color to kind of envelop, is that the right word? All the rest of the colors. So maybe once I torch them a bit, then I'll get a little more action. But I think that I want to do this and kind of get all of the board covered, or most of the board covered by resin, and that'll help the flow a bit. Ooh, it is so hot in Brisbane today. Cool. I'm happy with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just there we go. Cool. I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna grab my handy dandy super stained torch. This also helps alleviate any micro bubbles in there. And just make sure that you don't over torch one specific spot. It will ignite, actually. I've done that before. And it also leaves spots without resin because it just gets evaporated, and you don't want that. So right now I'm just trying to heat up all the spots to try and get them to all connect and be a little more friendly. And once I heat it up enough, I'm gonna try and do a little tilting. Okay. Whoops. Cool. So now I have everything covered. I want to add some more white in here just because this white has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lacing. Okay, now I'm gonna take the heat torch again. Okay, and now I'm going to try and get a little more natural movement. So I'm using a straw and I'm just gonna blow on the white to get like a little more ripple effect. And yeah. And also by doing this, I would say it adds a little more depth depending on what colors you use, but it just opens up a little bit more, which I like. Cool. Ooh. And then I'm going to go over and torch it again. Cool, and I think I'm gonna leave it as it is right now. Whew. I will give you a little closer look to it. It has some nice depth with the green and the metallic green. I didn't end up using the magenta tinter, but I'm kind of happy that I didn't, just because this has a very minimal look to it. And I don't know if the tint would have gone that well with it anyway, but I'll take you guys off. And I'm sweating so much. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is a slightly closer look to it. If you just look in here, I don't know if it'll focus. It has those nice, I don't know if you would call them cells, but it just has some nice depth. I love like the white ribbon and the silver looks really nice in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this cures. But thanks for watching, guys. I had loads of fun making this one. Hope to see you again. Bye!